reading Throne of Glass first. Publishing order, okay? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, book friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm bringing a very exciting, very chaotic video. I wanted to start this vlog because I have a very special book in here. Are we ready? The Assassin's Blade. We are starting the Throne of Glass series. I saw a TikTok that made me decide to start with the Assassin's Blade rather than Throne of Glass and read this later. I am 80 pages in, loving it. It's interesting. I don't know how to say anybody's names because in like ACOTAR and Crescent City, they're all pretty self-explanatory. This series, not as much. I'm on the second novella and it's interesting. I'm more interested to see how it fits in with the full series and like why she put novellas in their own book and really sit in the middle of the series. I just got off work. It is the day before Thanksgiving and I'm going to try to read the Throne of Glass series this weekend because I have off for Thanksgiving. I only work like 3.5–4 hours on Friday and then I have the whole weekend, like the normal weekend, right? I have made it through the first novella in the Assassin's Blade and then I kind of got a little bored. Like I wasn't obsessed with it, so I think we're gonna hold off and read this one third. I know that's controversial, but I am on chapter 3. I read chapters 1 and 2 on my Kindle this morning and last night because I wanted to see if I was even going to like Throne of Glass. Like, not like it, but if I was going to be like entranced from the beginning in Throne of Glass compared to in the Assassin's Blade. So we have come to the conclusion that I'm temporarily DNFing the Assassin's Blade and going straight to Throne of Glass. I really like this so far. It's kind of funny because I know a lot of the characters' names and I know a very big spoiler. I know that somehow Selena and Aelin are one and the same. I don't know how, but I have seen that spoiler somehow. I've heard the names Lysandra, Manon, like I feel like I know all the names. I just don't know who they are or how they fit together. So I'm very excited to finally be reading the series because I want to read it before Crescent City 3 comes out in January. Ooh, a champion. Is this like the Hunger Games? Okay, there is literally so many exclamation points like in her thoughts and like even her speech. There's just so many exclamation points and I'm not used to seeing that in a book, which like makes sense because this is YA, so I'm assuming she's like 16, 17. So like that makes sense. It's just strange because I'm not used to seeing that so much in a book. Oh, it is like the Hunger Games. Oh my god. I didn't know this is like the Hunger Games and now I'm very excited because I have tried to avoid all of the spoilers for the series. So like I knew bare minimum, like I knew a lot of the characters' names and that's it. Oh, this is where the alias comes in. Okay. She is such a bargainer. I love it. Oh. Yes, she would go to Rifthold, to anywhere, even through the gates of the Word, and into hell itself if it meant freedom. I think it's interesting that in Throne of Glass and Crescent City, hell is capitalized, but I don't think it's even mentioned in ACOTAR. Interesting. We're going to label that with a Crescent City coded tab because I think that's an interesting little factoid. Alright, so I'm on chapter 4. I'm very glad I finally decided to pick up this series. Okay, so it is the next day and clearly not feeling the greatest. I think this is the same thing that I had a couple months ago where like my sinuses are just not cooperating and I'm just having like allergy issues. I have been reading Throne of Glass. I read on my Kindle a little bit last night when I was laying down in bed because it is very uncomfortable to read a physical book at night. So I am this far in. I have made it to chapter 8. I love Selena. She is just everything. She is so salty is not the right word, but she's very like sarcastic and witty and just a general badass, really. I'm very excited to keep going with this book because I'm loving her character, and just seeing who the other characters are and like how they fit in with the actual story and like figuring out how they're all connected. I am putting the physical book up and gonna read a little bit on my Kindle because I want to lay down and snuggle with the dogs. This is my baby. Only an idiot would walk into a house made of glass. Of glass. So I have not updated in a couple days. I actually did things over Thanksgiving. I sound like trash, but that's just because my sinuses are out of whack because we went from fall to winter. But I did get quite far into Throne of Glass. So we have the book. This left side is what I've already read. And I only have a little bit left. Like, I mean, it's more than a little bit. It's like a third of the book. I'm absolutely loving it. Selena, incredible. The funny thing though is that in this, Selena is a big reader, and then Sarah J Maas turned around and made her next heroine fucking illiterate. Like, I just keep giggling at that because what a turn of events. Yesterday I had a lot of little epiphanies, and a lot of things are going to be changing on my channel. I feel like by the time this Throne of Glass episode goes live, I'll have already talked about what I'm feeling, where I want everything to go. Stay tuned. I gotta get to work now. We have updates for Throne of Glass. I am this far in. I have 10 chapters left. It's getting so good. I somehow managed to avoid spoilers for this entire book. I really thought that I was going to like know things and like not realize I know them and then get to them and be like, oh, hasn't happened yet. Wild. There are some similarities I see between this and Crescent City with like the gates and portals and being able to summon like demons, which is very interesting. I am so interested to see how all of Sarah J Maas's worlds are interconnected, because like we kind of know, but we kind of don't. Like, I feel like we really don't know how everything is connected. This shit really just hit the fan though in this. I will say the one thing that I'm not really enjoying as much is the kind of wannabe love triangle. Like, she's kind of like interested in Dorian, but also kind of interested in Kale. Kind of feels more of like, who's gonna give me attention at this moment kind of thing. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Other than that, I'm loving the plot of this. Like, I really just had no idea what to expect. I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know, just something about, I don't know if it's the titles or the covers or like I can't even say the plot because I didn't know the plot or the blurb. I don't know what it is, but I just felt like I was not going to like the series as much as ACOTAR, which at the moment I don't love it as much, but I do really still like it. I definitely like it more than I liked Crescent City at the beginning. I am planning to finish this tonight, and then I do have an arc that I should probably finish first and then go to the next Throne of Glass book, but we shall see if this ends on a cliffhanger or how it ends. gonna be important. For making my freedom mean something. That is a badass remark. Yes, queen. We're already starting. The light caused the light that was really harped on in A Court of Silver Flames. Oh my god. It's literally when Selena is laying half beaten to death in her bed and Nehemia comes up to her and she's like, magic calls to magic. I have never been so over a phrase in a book as I have been, like calls to like. But yeah, I'm almost done with this. I have like 20 pages left. I'm loving it. It's so good. That last little bit I just read was wild of the final duel. Let's go finish it. Oh my god, I just got to a quote in the book. You could be different. You could be great. Greater than me, than any of us. You could rattle the stars. You could do anything if you only dared, and deep down, you know it too. That's what scares you the most. I have wanted to understand the context of the whole rattle the stars thing. I finally got it. I like that quote, actually. I like it. We're gonna tab that. Because there are people who need you to save them as much as you yourself need to be saved. That's interesting. And when you are ready, when you start to hear them crying out as well, then you will know why I came to you and why I have stood by you and will continue to watch over you no matter how many times you shove me away. I think I understand the big spoiler of this series that I know. I think I understand it. Ooh, thank you for saving my life. Blood ties can't be broken. That's interesting. Oh my god, this is the last chapter. Oh my god. Okay, I love that there's actually a throne of glass. Although, I mean, maybe this chapter is going to tell me why it's entitled Throne of Glass. But like, I don't really understand why the whole series is called Throne of Glass. I've got a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name. I knew it was going to end on a cliffhanger. I knew it. Do you want to know what your first mission will be? Tell me tomorrow. I liked it. I don't know. I don't know that it's 5 stars, but it's definitely 4 for sure. I don't know. I feel like maybe once I like really get into the series, I might start to think of it as a 5-star, but I really want to say it's like a strong 4-star, maybe even 4.5. But I don't usually rate with half stars, but I might make an exception. It was good, but I'm not immediately obsessed in the way I was with ACOTAR. Those are my thoughts on Throne of Glass. I still don't really know why it's called Throne of Glass, other than the fact that there is quite literally a throne made of glass, but it's not mentioned until the last chapter, and it says nothing about the significance of the glass throne. I don't know, weird. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon with a brand new video. Okay, bye guys!